Now what we have here is the B-Twin 500 Comfort Saddle. Now this saddle is mainly, or according to the Decathlon website, designed for women. However, I'm not a great believer in men's and women's saddles. I've tended to find that I can use women's saddles just as easily as men's saddles, and I've noticed that a lot of female cyclists use men's saddles as well. So it's kind of a bit of a marketing ploy more than anything else. However, um, so what I would like to say is that although this is marketed as a women's saddle, I've tested this. I'm a man testing this saddle, so now the saddle, according to the official specifications, are 300 grams for this saddle. However, as you can tell by looking at the scales, this one's measuring in at 289 grams, which is at this price point kind of expected. It's a low price saddle. I paid $17.99, and Decathlon have since put the price up to $24.99. So I'm not quite sure how it justifies such a big price hike. But then I've noticed a lot of Decathlon's prices have went up over the past few months on various items. Now the saddle measures 265 mil long by 145 mil wide. That's the official specs. So it's kind of about mountain bike length, in terms of length, mountain bike saddle length. Um, by comparison, something like the Fizzy is about 300 millimeters long. So that's 3.5 centimeters longer than this saddle. Um, but the saddle comes with a 2-year warranty according to Decathlon, and which is fair enough. Now, I've done rides up to about 100 kilometres. That's about 70 miles in this saddle. So I've used it for quite a few times now, and I found it quite good. It's didn't get any saddle soreness, so that's the first thing. Um, I found it a very good saddle for sitting on further along on the nose. So if you're trying to go over the crank, I found it really nice and comfortable there. And it's just as it's fairly comfortable at the back. But the thing to note about this saddle is it's quite a springy, soft saddle. Now a lot of people wouldn't like that. Many people prefer a firmer saddle, so it's down to personal preference. But personally, I think the foam could be a bit firmer for my preference. But in saying that, I didn't get any saddle soreness really, and so that's the main thing. And it fitted well, It didn't feel odd or strange underneath, so it was quite pleasant enough to sit on. And it has this relief channel and a cutout there. So the relief channel is quite generous. It's quite wide and fairly deep, so it's quite useful if you like a relief channel. Me personally, I can do without one, but equally I can get along with them if it's a feature of the saddle. And it's got this, as I say, it's got a cutout there which helps with ventilation. So that's working with the relief channel, so it's allowing air to flow through, which is good. Uh, and the saddle is you get very good lock-in with this saddle, so um, partly because of the relief channel, but also because it's got these ribs here, which makes the saddle quite grippy, and because it's got a kind of fairly soft sponge, uh, you kind of sink into it a bit and you kind of stay locked into this saddle quite easily. And if we look underneath, it's got standard steel rails, quite well finished. The saddle's made by DDK over in, I think it's Taiwan they're based. And It has stapling there, and that's to be expected at this price point. I haven't seen a saddle at this price point that didn't have stapling, visible stapling underneath. But in saying that, it's quite well finished. It's got that facing plate there, and a facing plate to finish off the back. And so I think that's quite, it's a decent saddle, well finished. For £17.99, very excellent value. At £24.99, it's still reasonable value, but I think it should probably be for sale a bit cheaper, probably about £20 would be ideal for this saddle. And that's about it really. As I say, quite pleasant to use. Let's just check the weight again. 289 grams. It's reasonable. There's much heavier saddles out there. As I say, for a woman, female cyclist, I'm speaking as a male cyclist using it as a female cyclist, and I think you can still accept my opinion on it, but it's each to their own. As I say, there will be people who'll use this saddle who'll think it's terrible probably, but actually it's actually for the price, it's excellent value for money. At £17.99, £24.99 is still good value for money. In terms of comfort then, I would give it probably at least a 4 out of 5. Value, 4 out of 5 now that they've put the price up. In terms of construction quality, again 4 out of 5. So I think really, and in terms of aesthetics, in terms of looks, I would give it 5 out of 5 actually, because it's quite a nice looking saddle. It's got a nice profile, and I like the stealth look, which pretty much matches it to any bike that's out there. It's not got to look odd in really any bike, so I prefer that actually. And if you want to sell a saddle, it's a lot easier if it isn't some stupid over the top design or colour, like you get with the Pro Logo saddles, which are very over the top in terms of the colour and what have you. So that's it. So that's the wee twin, the Decathlon Triban Women's ErgoFit 500 Comfort Saddle. Quite a mouthful. Hope this helps.